Drinking responsibly and trying loads of different types of wine can always be a dilemma. However, here's a few tips that I've picked up along the way, especially when I had to taste lots of wine for my wine exams. So the first one is quite a simple one. I just went onto Amazon and bought myself a whole load of these 250ml bottles, which are empty. You get about 24 of them for under 20 quid. And when you open your bottle of wine, white or red, you just decant into these bottles and then probably leave you a glass or two out the original bottle. It'll last for 2 or 3 days in the fridge if a white wine, and maybe 3 or 4 or 5 days if it's a red wine. Moving on up, and the same principle, I bought myself one of those, an Eto. What you do is that you just pour your wine into the top of this device after you've had a glass, take a glass out, and then push the stopper down, and that keeps the wine nice and intact and away from the oxygen. Again, you store it in the fridge and it'll probably last up to about a week safely. And finally, the pro's choice, the Coravin. Now these have come down in price quite substantially over the last couple of years, because they were originally about £300 a pop, and indeed the gas canisters in here are quite expensive. And the principle is, there's a needle here, you set it on the top of the bottle and you press the needle into the bottle and keep the device on the bottle. You pour your glass, and as it's pouring, it puts some argon gas into the bottle, keeping the wine as fresh as a daisy. And you can store it back in your wine fridge and it can last 1 or 2 years, maybe even longer. Hopefully these tips were useful. Leave comments. Cheers.